Unleash your inner Viking and craft your destiny as you lead your tribe to victory in this immersive Viking life sim. From building thriving settlements to battling mythical enemies, prepare to embark on an epic journey through the untamed lands of ancient Scandinavia. Hello and welcome back to Indie Impressions, the place where we take a look at new indie game releases and big early access content updates. This time we are checking out ASKA. ASKA will enter early access on Steam on June 21st in 2024. But now join me as we build our little Viking village and showcase some gameplay of the early to mid-game progression, crafting system, and settlement management. And we are starting out here by trying to hunt down an animal. The hunting mechanic here, especially the bow and arrow, is something to get used to. But we were able to take down the elk-like creature. It turns out though we are not able to skin it, so we do need to craft ourselves a little knife. And in true indie survival game fashion, we do this by hitting some rocks. So you can see now something that's really cool and somewhat unique. We're actually able to break off chunks of this big rock here. So what we need is not this big one. We need some smaller rocks, but we can take this chunk and turn the large stone into smaller stones. And as you can see, there's now a sort of a kind of a chunk of rock missing in that little stone clump. So that's pretty neat. I like the look of that. We do have enough small stones now to craft ourselves 2 stone blades that are needed to craft a stone knife. Now with this stone knife, we should now be able to skin the Fenmar is what this animal is called. As you can see, it almost blends in perfectly with the world around it. So I had to use my little spidey sense, for lack of a better word. That spidey sense shows or highlights objects in the game world, and it is very useful, and you will see me use that a lot. Yeah, especially due to the crafting system, or I should say the resource gathering system. It is a layered tier, so you need to chop down the tree, then you need to chop down the log into smaller logs, into sticks, and so on. So it is like a tiered system, and at the end you end up with lots and lots of small little chunks, small little sticks and pieces of bark and so on, and you very easily lose sight of them in this beautiful world. But let's get back to our task at hand here. We have chopped up our poor elk-like friend. So we received a couple of meat chunks here, but they are too big to be cooked or eaten. So I'm chopping up one of the big meat chunks into smaller, steaks. And let's grab one of the big chunks and bring it over to our camp as well. We can see the blue ore like, I don't know, substance rock in the game world. So that is what they call Shotun blood, or I don't exactly know how to pronounce that, but that's how I would pronounce it. And you need to mine this and then put it in a device that you have to craft. And with this blood, you are able to summon your villagers, and we will get to that uh, later on. Kind of slid down and dropped my bag of meat. That's not good. We had to go and pick that back up. The environment is very, very beautiful, in my opinion. It has a similar but still very, very different art style to a game like Valheim or Enshrouded and so on. I do like this art style quite a lot more, to be honest. Although in terms of gameplay, I'm not sure what I prefer so far. But here we go. I'll also let you be the judge of that. Feel free to comment and see what you like more about this game, or what do you like more about Valheim. They are very similar in certain aspects of the game. However, this right here is what makes this game stand out. So, we put the blood into this device, and we are now able to summon our first villager. So villagers come with different perks. We're going through some of these perks here. This guy is good at collecting rocks. Yeah, so he's a good miner. However, for now, I will choose the hunter. Although, in hindsight, that might turn out to be the wrong decision. But we'll see. We have waited a couple of minutes, and we have our new villager. Now, villagers, yep, they can have jobs. It's a basic settlement management system. So if they're not assigned to any job, they will be builders. But if you assign them to something like a woodcutter's place, then of course they will go and chop down trees. So as we can see, poor Thyra is currently homeless, so we have to fix that at some point. Uh, your villages can have certain status effects. They are also affected by the survival elements, so they need to eat, they need to drink, they need to sleep, that kind of thing. There's also a temperature system in the game, although in the first couple of days that I played, this did not really affect us in any way. But for the future, I assume that, when the season changes, right now we're in summer, but when the season changes, we'll probably need to wear some thicker clothes or face some sort of consequences. Now we're just going through some of the menus here. So first page was about our villager. Second page is about different sort of assignments, where the villager might be working, where they might be sleeping, and so on. And the third page there was what was it? I forgot now. Anyway, we'll go back to that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm very forgetful. I'm sorry. It is obviously the work hours. So right now we are giving them a bit of leeway, and we're allowing them some leisure time. But later on, we'll have to see how we manage things. Maybe they have to do more you know, more work and less pleasure. But for now, we have a couple of things figured out. I'm going through the menus there, taking a look around, hammer in head, ready to build. But before we can build, we gotta actually say hello to our new villager. So we assigned our new villager as the gatherer, and very nice feature. Uh, well, she just waved at us. That's pretty cool. And off she goes, gathering stuff. Now we are jumping a little bit, so I'm trying to cover as much of what the game has to offer currently as possible. So I played many hours. It's too much to put into one video, honestly. So we're taking a bit of a jump. As you can see, we have already constructed quite a few buildings. We have a couple of villagers now. So let's see something that is more, you know, early mid game, early to mid game maybe. So I'm not too sure, you know, what happens afterwards. I was not able to experience or get to the part that would be considered late game. So I'll just show you some of the more interesting stuff here. A lot of things that we do in this game is, you know, chopping down trees and collecting other resources. It's not exactly the most exciting things. However, do keep in mind that uh, these unfun activities are sort of offset by the fact that A, you have your villagers that will do some of the work for you, and B, this is a game that you can play with up to 3 of your friends. So of course, if there's 4 of you guys chopping down trees, things will go quite a lot faster. So I am checking my workshop right here. We also saw a storage area. I haven't quite figured out how to use this yet. We'll get back to that later. I also built a woodcutter's lodge and a couple of simple shelters. I also got something where we can collect stones and so on. So we're just mainly focusing on gathering resources. Um, Hauling stuff around is actually one of the cooler things in this game. While still tedious, it at least looks and feels pretty cool. Like we're dragging this big log around and we're tossing it on there, trying to finish up the fisherman's hut. So that is quite fun, at least for a while. I do say that it is very beneficial to just go and farm the blood that is needed to call in the villagers. I initially tried to do lots and lots of things by myself. Oh no! We are getting attacked, so hold that thought. We gotta figure out how to deal with this threat. We were not prepared for this. I actually do not have any feathers, so I cannot craft any arrows for my bow. This is not good. And my health is almost depleted because you only regain health by sleeping, but the time does not pass faster if you sleep. So I'm not exactly sure how this system is supposed to work. It does not really seem to make a whole lot of sense. Like I don't really see how someone would just sleep for like half an hour of real time time just to get their health back while the villagers do their work. But anyway, we have bigger problems here. I actually died. Now I have to harvest one of my poor villagers and possess their soul, I guess. And we are back amongst the land of the living, I was gonna say. However, these guys are definitely not living looking creatures, right? So, well, we're back in the land of something here. Are these guys mad at me that I ate their friend? They are not. Okay. Well, we survived that. We fixed up our village. It is time to show a little bit more about um, crafting, yes, and also building. We are finishing up our workshop here, and let's have a look at the crafting table. So there's a bunch of stuff that we can craft without needing a workshop. However, with the workshop now available to us, there are some more tools that we can craft now. The resource gathering part is still kind of tedious. Let's get back to that. So, as I mentioned earlier, I tried to do most of the things by myself, but I quickly realized that I am not getting anywhere with that. So, if you start out, try to get the Shotun blood, get a couple of villagers, and let them do at least some of the chores. Don't try and do everything by yourself as I did. You will be wasting a lot of time. Now let's have a look through this. So obviously we cannot craft any of these cool items here. We need a lot of resources that we do not have. But it is nice to see what is available either later on in the game, or at least once it launches into early access. One of the systems that I really liked about this game was the upgrading mechanic. So we just put down a very basic workshop, and now I can attach a weaver to that workshop. As you can see, it's like an extension to the existing workshop. I can slap that on there. Obviously, we got to go back to hauling some resources. Yeah, as you can see, we have been busy. Well, um, okay. I got my cart here with some logs and some of the items that we need to finish up our weaver. Let's toss that on there and see if we can't get that built. But yeah, like I said, we're standing right next to the fireplace. So the fireplace used to just be, some sticks that I light on fire. But you can upgrade it. You can put some stones to it. You can actually craft a cover that covers it from elements such as rain a little bit more. I'm not quite sure how wind would affect the fire, but I guess the rain would definitely affect it. We also upgraded our fireplace again to add the little barbecue stick to it, where we put on our elk meat earlier. So none of this was there with just basic fireplace, right? So we had to upgrade it a couple of times. And honestly, that looking through the upgrades, deciding which upgrade to build and so on is a lot of fun. Now, back to the crafting, back to the weaver, back to the workshop. We want to take a look at some clothing options that we have in the game here. For this, we need linen, and we need a whole lot of linen. So let's craft this. Unfortunately, there is no craft all or craft a certain amount, so you have to just wait and keep pressing the button. That's probably something they should be looking into changing or fixing. But for now, this is not a big deal because we don't have that many resources. so it does not take a lot of time or many button clicks, but I'm pretty sure that could be an issue later on. Now let's have a look. We just crafted a t-shirt, a white t-shirt. Looking good. Our fellow villagers are sitting around some sort of an altar. They're praying and enjoying their time off, while I'm the only one here working, as always. Um, Now let's go and see if we can't craft some more. They call it armor, although it definitely looked more like a white t-shirt. But let's craft the flimsy pants and the flimsy cap and the gloves. The shoes I can't craft because they need something specific. I think they need one more piece of leather. I actually only have one, but I need two. So can't do that, but we are looking, well, I don't know, good, I guess. Good enough, maybe. Well, these guys are all sleeping. They can't even tell me how good I look. Well, I'm not tired yet, and we got some resources lying around here. Maybe we go and try and fix our hunting shack here. Building is also done in stages for a lot of buildings, so as you can see, part of this hunting stand is already built, but I need to now add like the next layer to it. The game seems to like doing this, and in theory I agree with this. I think this is a good system. You know, you build the foundation, then you add stuff to it. I think maybe they overdid it just a little bit. Like there is a lot of little sticks and logs and pieces of bark that you need to procure somehow. As you can see, when we use our little spidey sense, the entire area here is just full. It's littered with garbage that is not needed for building stuff. So, but anyway, with some friends, with some more villagers, I assume you can get that built and tidied up pretty quickly. Now we built the hunter's hut. Let's have a look here. I could assign a villager. So what do we get? We get leather and meat. That makes sense. That is good. But I think we're gonna let these guys sleep for now. We maybe assign someone to go hunting tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this little journey, and I'll see you next time.